Hey guys, it's Chili here, and I wish I could figure out a way to watch YouTube videos while I make YouTube videos, because that's what I do when I program, usually. But it doesn't quite work when I'm trying to talk and program and watch another person on YouTube. Doesn't quite fly. Speaking of YouTube, how you guys enjoying the new comment system, huh? You enjoying that shit? You love it? You know you love it. YouTube screwing us all over. Doesn't bother me though, because I don't reply to anybody's comments on YouTube. That's fucking pain in the ass, man. If you want to get the Chili's attention, you come over to the forums. It's like everyone else, and I will grant you audience. Wow, that sounds really douchey. Let's get on to programming. So I kind of outlined what some of the things, some goals we have for the platformer. Here they are. I could explain them, but I'm not going to, because that would waste time. And I am all about getting on with it today. I want to get on with it. Let's get it on. That does not mean the same thing. So, hope I don't have anything embarrassing on this. I don't. Good. Let's open up. I want you to download this from the forums. You can extract your folder to your destination of choice and open it up. What do we get? It's basically the stuff that we had from lesson 10 minus the tiles shit. And, well, let me show you. It's easier if I just show you. Parsing included files. That takes a long time. Okay. So I will leave it on release. We will... I did the bad thing again. Go back to basic settings. You didn't see that. You did not see that. Okay. Let's build. Fatal error. That is never good. Cannot open include file tile.h. Okay, well, first thing you're going to do is delete this, because I deleted the file and I did not delete the reference there. The inclusion. Let's see if it's... No, okay, that was fine. And run it. So you see I got rid of the tiles, and I also made the dude smaller because, I don't know, it'll be easier if the dude is smaller. Doesn't take up so much space on the screen. At least that's my opinion. So that's the things I did. Now let's talk about the things we're going to do. First of which is you're going to go to Tools. You're going to go to Settings, and you're going to change to Expert Settings if you haven't already. And when you do that, it's going to change your font, which is fine for you, but bad for me because I'm on YouTube and people need to see what the hell I'm typing. Here's the thing though, I don't really know how to customize my font size so that it stays. Where's the shit? Fonts and colors? Oh, that's good. Let's try 14. It seems a little big. Let's try 13. Sorry for making the kissy sound. That was probably obnoxious in your ear. Alright, that's a good size for me. So yeah, you change it to, because I mean, you guys have been doing this for a while, ostensibly if you're watching this video, so you probably know your way around the menus well enough that expert mode will not confuse the living shit out of you. And expert mode has its advantages. For example, let's say I go here, and then I go here, and then I go here, and I want to go back to the place I was before, the last file. Instead of having to go back here and find it, I can just go I can go navigate backwards, and I can, go back through the files that I was looking at. It's like the back button on your browser, and it's really useful. And I wanted it before, but then shit happened, and whatever. Who cares? Let's do something else. let's organize our source files, because I haven't done this yet. You can make a little organization folder here. It's called a filter, actually. And you can put your files in this like logical folder here. It doesn't appear in your file system. It won't change anything over here in the assets folder, but it will organize it in our project explorer here. So I'm going to move the stuff that I consider to be the core of the framework. It's basically the shit we never touch, only except when we do touch it, which is this shit. And then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to do the same thing. Framework. So I'll put bitmap in here. This is exciting, isn't it, people? Aren't you excited? I know I'm excited. I'd tell you how excited I was, but that might constitute sexual harassment. Okay, so now you got your framework in here. You can minimize this, and this cleans it up a lot. This makes all the clutter go away and makes me happy. So that was a couple things we wanted to do. Expert mode and filters. Done. Next, let's program, because that's what we're here to do ostensibly. Let's add a new item. We're gonna do tiles again, but we're gonna do it the good way this time, which is to say the way that I intend to do them. So before I forget, I gotta do this. Oh, I hate that I ever did that. I could probably fix it, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna keep using that asset folder as a reminder to myself never to be stupid. Alright, so let's make a tile object, I guess. Pound sign include, no. Pound sign pragma once. Pound sign include, what I want, in D3D graphics, I guess, to start with. For starters, that'll be our appetizer. So, class. Tile. Private. Surface pointer to surface. Well, I guess we're going to need surface.h then, aren't we? Pound sign include surface.h. There we go. So we need the surface of the tile. Now, what else do we want for our tile? We're going to need its coordinates. But here's the thing. Here's the rub, my friends. For the tile, we're going to want to store. Let's get this bullshit out of the way. Make a new bullshit. Find my pen. See if it writes properly. It doesn't, because it's not in writing mode. So we got a map of tiles here, right? This is kind of not very visible. Let's try that. My nose is so itchy. Ugh, that is... Why is that so transparent? Do that. Okay, that's good. Okay, go back. Okay, so you got a grid of tiles here. We'll call that our tile map. In each tile, it's going to need its X and Y position to draw the surface. But it's also going to need an XY here and another XY here, 2 points, to form the rectangle. Right. For happy times. No. For collision. So it's kind of redundant to store the tile's position and also to store its its collision rectangle, because that information includes its position. So here's the dilemma. Public. What are we going to do? Float. Yeah. Now I'm wondering how I want to store the collision rectangle. The tile could be aware of its width and height and its position, and it can generate the collision rectangle. Can generate the collision rectangle whenever it's needed. Yeah, we'll start with that assumption. So we're going to store X and Y. Now it doesn't really need to be a float either. I'm going to make it a float, because that's probably more versatile. Yeah? What do you think about that? Or I could make it an int. I'm going to make it an int. Choices, choices. Decisions, decisions. Now here's the thing. Every tile in the tile map is going to have the same width and the same height. So if I put width and height like this, wideth, yeah, the wideth and the heighteth. It's going to waste a lot of memory if we have a big tile map for no reasons whatsoever. What I could do, and what I'm going to do, is we're going to do static int height. And what that means is that, I think I've said this before, but these width and height will be shared among all tile objects, which is fine as long as you're happy with the limitation of all your tiles must have the same width and height. And we are happy with that limitation. We're fine with that. That is how we're going to roll in this game. So that's how we're going to do it. Okay. Now I think that is all the data. Well, there's one more. Bool passable. So is this tile, will we collide with this tile, or can we pass through it? That is the last little detail. Okay, so tile. Let's make a constructor. Let's make a destructor. I should probably make the destructor virtual, because it'll help you guys out later with the homework. I think there'll be homework today. Okay, so we gotta make a tile, we gotta break a tile, we gotta draw a tile, which is why I included graphics. And yeah, I think that's about right for now. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. I'm wondering if I actually want width and height to be private, because somebody's got to set this shit up. and I don't want to set it every time I call the constructor. It seems redundant, although it's perfectly workable. What do I want to do about you guys? Width and height? What am I going to do with you? I could make a set width and height. Yeah, I guess I'll make a set width and height. I'm fine with that. Void set width and height. And I'm just going to do it like this. Wait. Int W, int H. Width is equal to W. Height is equal to H. That is not the key I wanted to press. How's that? Okay, we like it. It gets a pass from the compilinator. And that's fine by me. So, I'm going to also make this function static because it doesn't have to be attached to any single object. It's just generally about classes as a whole. Yeah, that's fine. I am fine with that. Alright. Let's make the tile implementation file. New item. Make a CPP. Tile. Alright. Pound sign include tile. So what do we got to implement here? Got to implement the constructor. I'm not going to copy that. Tileo. What do we have to initialize here? I guess probably int x, int y. X. Nope. Go back. That's not how we roll in Chilitown. I got my own format. Okay, so I guess I gotta change this here. That's not all we need, right? Because we're gonna have to load up a surface, so we're gonna need the name of the file for the surface. Setup. Okay, we're gonna need bool for passable. So let's go back here. Oh wait, now I remember what I was doing. Fuck it. We don't need a surface. Because what I was planning on doing was making the tiles just so that they're just like solid colors. That's gonna be the homework. I almost did you guys' homework for you. Whew. Lucky us. So we need a color. D3D color. Right. So we don't have to worry about loading up bullshit. We just need to we need bool passable and bool, no, not bool, D3D color. Alright, this is gonna be super simple constructor. We just go color, it doesn't exist yet, and passable. Delete that. Yeah, I didn't explain that, but for what we're gonna do for the game, gonna put that in the list. I'm gonna put that in the list right now. Okay, now you're pissing me off. I said fuck off. Oh, there we go. Solid color tiles. I'm not going to worry about bitmaps for the tiles. The tiles are just going to be solid colors. And your homework is going to be adding bitmaps. Because I like not doing stuff and you doing it instead. Boo. D3D color. Okay. That fits, that's fine. Very simple. Very, very simple constructor. Almost too simple. The destructor will be nothing because there's nothing to get rid of, really. There's no dynamically allocated resources here to speak of. I don't need the virtual there, dude. Thanks a lot. No, I didn't need to delete that either. There we go. Alright, so there's our constructor, our destructor. We're flying along. Draw will not be trivial at all, will it? Now, without clipping, without scrolling, we won't need to clip this. So it'll be a simple draw rectangle. Do I even have that? Draw. I don't have a draw rectangle. That sucks. I thought I had one of those. Yeah, I guess I can make one. Here we're gonna go and edit that thing that I told you we wouldn't edit. These files. So let's see here. Draw a line, draw a circle, draw a sprite, apple, draw a curve. Whatever. Draw rectangle. You know what? I changed my mind. Fuck making a draw rectangle thing. It might be a good idea, but I say fuck 'em. We're just gonna do it in here. Where's tile? Tile. So we're just gonna make 4 int y is equal to. That's not a good idea, is it? Index y is equal to y. As long as index y is the position of our tile, right? I want to start at the position of our tile and move down to y plus height. And do the same for x. And we'll go graphics.put pixel index x, index y, and color. That's simple enough, I think. Except, of course, Don't forget the semicolon. I like it. Just a simple rectangular fill for the tile. And set width and height, that's already been implemented here. So that's going to be our tile for now. Obviously there's going to be more. When we start implementing collision, we're going to need to be able to do some kind of collision stuff, like get a collision rectangle from this object and be able to check whether the object is passable or not, the tile. But for now, that is all we're going to do. Next, let's go and add a new item. We're going to call this one tile map. And nope, pragma once. I hate you. Includes tile. All right. So here's the whole tile background, tile map, the class for that object. Now we're going to want to private. So we want an array of pointers to tile objects, I guess. Yeah, that seems right to me. Call that tiles. Int I feel like I want to make these constant too. Constant int width. Now this width and height is different than the width and height of the tile object. The tile width is the width in pixels of every tile, whereas the map width is the number of tiles across in the map. So slightly different, and don't get them mixed up, I guess, but it should be fine. I am confident with this naming system. So we need a width and height, and we need the tiles. I feel like that's all I actually need here. I'm sure I'll be proven wrong later. Public tile map. Destructor. I'm not going to make it virtual because I don't think we'll be inheriting from tile map. But I could be wrong. And then if we do inherit, and then I forget to put the virtual here, and later we get fucked over, well, that'll show me. So we need a constructor, destructor, we need a draw. Yeah. Which, I don't need to do that. I was going to include D3D graphics, but that's actually included with tile, so I don't have to do it. I think that's all we really need, actually, just to start off with, because we're not going to implement collision today. That'll be tomorrow or the next day. In tutorial days, that is, not in real days. So yeah, let's implement this mother. We'll just kind of wing it as we go, as if that's not what we always do. And by we, I mean me. Tile map. Tile map. There we go. Tile map. Tile map. Okay, so this one is going to be interesting, because we're going to have to parse a file. It'd be better if I just showed you guys, wouldn't it? Aw, man, I totally wanted to include this in the download. I'm going to include this in the download, okay? So when you download this not this bullshit. When you download this bullshit, intermediate 12, there's going to be a text file in the zip. And that text file is going to have something special in it. Something very special indeed. How to do this? I guess I just show you. I show you people. This is the thing I've been working on to test out stuff that will actually go into the tutorials. As you can see, it has quite a few more files in it. Let's go to the game file. Here is the map that I'm using right now for my testing. So I'm just going to get this and yoink. Yes. I guess I want to add a new file here. New item. New item. And I'm going to call this test map string. And this is just going to contain, don't make it static. Gotta make it not static. It's just going to contain the string which represents our tile map. So I'm doing this so I don't have to do a whole like tile map file format and file format parser and stuff like that. This is one of the easiest ways to jury-rig a level design system. Design your level as a giant text string. Now here, you see these little slashes here? These slashes allow us to to continue a string over multiple lines. So the compiler will ignore all of the what do you call it? Carriage returns here, line breaks. And it'll just treat this as one long string. But it would be hard for us humans to edit as one bullshit long string. So I format it as such, and then I add these little slashes here, these backslashes, so that the compiler treats it as a single long string. If you deleted these slashes, the compiler would barf, because you can't do this with a string. A string can't span multiple lines. So this basically makes it so it looks like multiple lines, but it actually isn't. So here is the thing I've been using to test, and I'll leave it as is now. We might edit it later. So here is our map. I'm going to call this test map, and I'm going to add to the project again, new item, header. Test map, was that test map string or just test map? Test map string. And here we go. Now I'm not exactly sure how this works, but I think I can do it like this. #, no. Extern car constant car pointer to test map. So if I include this test map string.h, it'll define this string as an external or an external reference or something, some bullshit like that, and then I can access the thing with the thing instead of having it in the game file like I had before. Yeah, it's just a thing you can do here. Yeah, so if you have like a global variable, this is basically just a global variable, right? And you want to access it from a different C file, you have to say extern blah blah blah, and that'll allow you to access it. And that's all that this this H file is doing here. So this is what the our map file format will look like. This is how your levels will be edited. Now we need to write a function to read this string and turn it into a tile map. And that algorithm will exist within the tile map constructor. It might be a good idea to make it a separate function, but I don't see any real good reason right now to do so, so I'm not going to make it a separate function. Now, I thought I had a tile map C file. There it is, tilemap.cpp. I didn't save it yet. Let's save it. Oh, it's in, for some reason I got it stuck in the framework. Let's stick it out there. Minimize the framework. Okay. Now, tile map, we're going to need to take const char pointer to map. Int width, int height. Let's specify here. Map width, map height. Tile width, tile height. There. And now we do the thing. Width is set to map width. Height is set to map height. All other things are handled inside the actual code. So let's do that. Now, first thing we want to do, tile set width and height, tile width, tile height. Now I could actually put all these parameters inside the string here so that you wouldn't have to load them. Like for example, if you're loading from a text file, you would have to specify the widths and the heights outside of the text file. They would be within the text file. The first 4 numbers might be the map width, map height, tile width, tile height, and then after that the actual level itself would start. But for now we'll just make it externally specified. So we set width and height for all the tiles. Then we gotta load this this map. So what we're gonna do here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna make a define here. Solid black. Is gonna be this one. Do I want to do it that way? I'm gonna say fuck the define. I don't want to use that because I think without the define it'll be easier to read the code. You'll get what I'm saying in a moment. We need to load in this tile map. We're gonna parse the string. So basically what we do is we go for y int y is equal to 0 as long as y is less than map height y plus plus. For int x equal to 0 as long as x is less than map width x plus plus. So we loop through the dimensions of our map. Before we do this, let's make sure we have an array of shit to set. So, tiles equal to new tile pointer width times, no wait, map width times map height. I could have done width times height because it's here, but whatever. So we make our array of pointers, and now we got to set every individual pointer to a new thingamajigger. So how we do that is we loop through the x's and the y's, and we say you know what? This is stupid. There's no reason to do this in a two-dimensional fashion, because all we're working with is a single string, and all we're working with is a single array and single dimension array. They're both just one long, I don't know, vector, one long line of numbers. So why am I even trying to dimensionalize this? Just so that I can undimensionalize it. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, people, is I could just do this. For I, which is index, is equal to 0 as long as I is less than map width times map height, which is the entire size of the map, I++. And then we do this, my friends. We'll do a switch here. Seems like the best thing. Although we only have two types of, tiles at the moment. We might have more later. We might get frisky. Switch. What are we switching here? We are switching map at index. Case. If it is a space, that means it's a passable gray tile, basically representing just, empty air. So in that case, we want to do what? We want to do tiles at I equal to new tile. Here's where the x and y would come in handy, the two-dimensional shit. Because now I want now I want the x and the y actual position of the tile. I can get that from I, but it would be kind of tricky, a little bit. It would require a modulus and divide. Fuck it. You know what? I'm flip-flopping here on you guys, but I've decided once again that I want to do this in a two-dimensional fashion. So we're going to do it this way. Sorry for the inconvenience. And now we do switch map at y times map width plus x. That gets us our actual index. Case space. Nope. Okay. And here we go let's see, int I is equal to I'm going to pre-calculate the index. Yeah, make it a const. We're not changing it within this loop here. In this iteration of the loop. So we just do that. Calculate that. Switch on that. Case this. We want tiles at I equal to new tile. Here we want x times tile width, y times tile height. Bool passable is false because, no, it's true, true, because it's, empty spot. And the color will be, one sec, I got a good color here. I just gotta find it. It's in my other thing here. I'm gonna be using the color that I used in my test, which should be tile.h color. 0 E0. I used E0 for some reason. I just like that color. So XR, what is it? D3D color X, fuck you, RGB OXE0 OXE0 OXE0. There. How do you like it? You like it just fine. And that's that, I guess. Let's try this again. Case. Nope. Case sharp. £. I'm just going to copy and paste here. That's fine, that's fine. This is false because this is a solid tile. And one is 0. Solid tiles are black. Non-solid tiles are gray. Break. Default tiles I equal to null. Break. So if anything bad happens, tile X. Anything bad happens, make it null so that bad shit will happen when we try to access it, and hopefully we'll figure it out. We'll figure out that we did something stupid. We did the bad thing. Alright. So, yeah, that looks like how I would load a map from a string. Looks about right. Now we just gotta redefine this one here. Nope, this one. Good. Now deleting a tile map is non-trivial, but it should be simple. I'm sure you guys could figure this one out on your own. It is tile map tilde. That's not a tilde. There it is. First I gotta do this, and then I gotta do this, and I gotta do this. Also, that was not capitalized. Also, I hit the wrong button. Map. Good times. Good times, everybody. Hope you're enjoying our little time together here. 'Cause I sure am. Okay, so we wanna... This time we do not need to do two-dimensional stuff. For sure. For sure, guys. For int I is less than delete map at I. I suppose I could also, oh wait, it's not map, is it? It is delete tiles. Whew. This is how stupid bugs get into your game and cause you to pull your hair out. Getting things fucked up like that. And then we want to delete the array of pointers. Delete the individual objects, delete the array of pointers to the objects. And that is all we need to do for the destructor. And the drawing should also be simple, right? Void draw. That was stupid. Tile map draw. D3D graphics GFX. I feel like you should be const. Let's get constipated, people. That's what I call changing your functions to const. It's called getting constipated. And it's good. We all need a little constipation in our lives. It works the abdominal muscles. So it does. Okay. Now that we've done that, to draw the tile map, we're going to steal some code from here. Now this is going to change when we get scrolling, because then we're going to only be drawing a portion of the map. We're going to have to select a subset of the tiles to draw, and we're going to have to clip the tiles to the screen. So there's going to be a lot of work done there. So this is definitely a place where we can see some construction coming soon. But for now, all we got to do is draw everything. Super simple. You love it. You know you love it. And that should be that. Why do you not love me? You love me. Okay, now if I've got my stuff all set up right, I can go include tile map, and hopefully nothing will explode, although probably something will explode a little bit. There'll be at least a little bit of explosion. Yep. Fatal link error, 2 unresolved externals. Our old friend's private static. So when you make a static, I probably covered this before, when you make a static variable, you also have to go, so I defined some static variables here. Ergo, I must put them in the CPP file, because they're basically just like global variables. So we do tile width. I don't think I have to say static here, do I? Pretty sure I just do it like this. I really don't know, people. I'm just pulling this out of my ass now. Build. It worked, so it must have not been wrong. That logic will get you very far into buggy code. But I think it's fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Let's go for game. .h. And we're going to add a tile map in here. Surface sequence tile map T. And we're going to include in here tile test map string. That's a good one. Now we have our tile map. We want to create it here. Test map. Okay, now I've got to actually remember how wide this bullshit is. 1 second. It's probably going to be in the same sort of place. Sprite map. Well, that's not good. Apparently I hard-coded it into class, which is fine because I was just fucking around, but still. Width and height. Glass tile. I was constant over here. Right. It's just 800 divided by 25 and 600 divided by 25. So I don't like that bullshit. # define tile size is 25. # define map width as 800 divided by tile size. # define map height 600 divided by tile size. Okay, that's a little better. We'll get it even better later on, I'm sure. But this will do. Alright, so now I can just go map width, map height, tiles size, tile size. There. So this is how we initialize our tile map. Give it a string, which is the level, and we give it a bunch of numbers. Let's try to build that. There's no way this is going to work on the first try, by the way. Just giving you a heads up. But we're going to do it anyways. Tile.draw. GFX. Draw our tile, draw our sprite. Our sprite. Alright, it's time for the big no-go. Hey, it actually worked. Okay, so, well, it was super simple, I guess. But yeah, it worked on the sort of the first try. I'm glad this wasn't too painful. But yeah, this is what the level looks like, just having, you know, monochrome tiles and stuff. See if it breaks when I try to close it. Nope. So yeah, that's a very simple tile map just for drawing, and no scrolling yet. But that's what we're gonna build our whole thing off of. And this is actually a really good place to stop because I got about 1 hour on the clock. So your guys' homework is now we've got a tile class here, and it lets us draw, solid shaded tiles, any color we like. What I want you guys to do here, if I can get my writing utensil out and get it into the writing mode, this mode here, and get this on view, good times. So we have tile, and I want you guys to refactor this code so that our tile class becomes something like color tile, or you can name it whatever the fuck you want. I don't care, man. Color tile. And here we'll have bitmap tile. And they will all inherit from a parent tile class. And you should be able to do this without changing too much in the only thing you have to change in the tile map class is you'll have to change the constructor, right? The way it reads in file formats. Because you add a bitmap tile, you'll be able to add new types of tiles, but you'll have to have a way of keeping track of the tile names. You could just hard code it into the constructor in tile map. Where is it? Platformer. So in tile map here, no, right? You might keep like this one and this one, but you might add a new case for a different kind of tile. Let's say you add a new case. I'm giving you already too much here, but you'll have to add new cases in here for your new types of tiles. But you shouldn't have to change anything else in this class. And yeah, you're going to keep your common stuff to both of these. You're going to put that up into the parent class. So you're going to factor out a bunch of stuff here. Although there's not too much to start off with, so there's really not that much. But you're going to have a virtual draw here, right? Big hint there. Your draw is going to have to be virtual. And probably your destructor too, if you think about it. So yeah, make it so that you can have pretty bitmaps in your background, and then you can go on the interwebs and download bitmaps or whatever, tile sets, and you can put them in, try them out. You can edit your own map in the string there. And yeah, it's a good little exercise in refactoring your code to create an hierarchy of classes, and a good exercise in virtual functions and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a nice little homework assignment that I thought you guys might enjoy. I'm not sure if I'm going to put the bitmap tile into the actual tutorials themselves per se, but I mean, they would definitely be something that you would want to put in if you're going to make your own game based off this map, because, solid colored tiles, not that interesting. Pretty pictures, much more appealing. But yeah, there's the homework if you want it. If you don't want it, and screw yourself. And, if you want help or whatever, come to the forums, and someone, maybe me, maybe not me, will probably give you a pointer or two, direct you in the proper direction, whatever. So yeah, that's this tutorial, keeping it in around an hour. I went over by a little bit there just to give you guys homework. Next tutorial, I think I'm going to move into making our sprites. We're going to make the sprites very simple. And then we're going to get into collision, which will be kind of complicated, but it's got to be done, right? So next tutorial, sprites. Be there or be square. And that's Chili signing out. Have a good one.